This is so frustrating. This is so frustrating. I gotta get me a new computer. I gotta get me a new computer. This is the final wake up call. I gotta get me a new computer. Oh my gosh. I can't have this happen for a big game. I'm this is so oh my gosh. That takes me off so much. That takes me off so much. Dad gum. Move this. No. Force quit. Yeah, Adobe. Yep, yep. Oh boy, again. This is so frustrating. It's frustrating because it didn't happen in the Dublin game. I like I said, I just gotta get me a new I just gotta get me a new laptop at this point. Then again, I did overwork it. I'm starting to learn what I can and cannot do with my computer. That is, if I'm going to stream, I can't do anything with it until I stream. And as I mentioned before at the very beginning, when Emmanuel was here, um, and the whole Michael Parsons situation happened, is that I was literally working on the on NFL Offseason Survivor. Now, I was working on it to try to finish up editing to be able to post it after the game was done. That's what my initial plan was. I was going to post after the game was done. Glad I didn't because of obviously what happened with Micah Parsons kind of changed everything and made me be very upset because uh, 40 minutes of video is no longer worthy, not really relevant. So I had to kind of scrap that, but I'd already kind of been working on that before. So I kind of broke my rule of where I don't use my computer at all until I'm gonna be streaming. So that's a little bit on me. I need to stop doing that. But I really just need to get a new computer. That's pretty self-explanatory. I gotta do it. I gotta do it. I can't constantly have my charger plugged up. I have to constantly try to make sure. Dadgummit, it fell. I, yeah, it's getting ridiculous. It's getting ridiculous. I thought I could hold off, but it does not seem like I'm going to. I was working on a video too. I started to write down my thoughts, and I'm used skins in Fortnite to represent the team. Some obvious, and some not, but I plan to do all 32 teams. Yeah, that's right. You did tell me about that. You did tell me about that. Cause it was wasn't it you're doing like representation of like how their seasons are gonna go or something like that. Yeah. I think that's what. Um, like I said, I haven't played Fortnite, but I remember you talking to me about it. But I've watched my friends play Fortnite, but I have not played Fortnite myself. I don't know. I never got into goodness gracious, it's so hot on my legs right now. Like I have to let me just show you my setup. I have to hold it like right here on my lap, and I have to kind of like make sure that it's able to kind of like not overheat because it is an old computer. Like legitimately, and I'm like, what? And they're like, you say that word a lot, and I was like, oh, I was like, it's kind of like really, but I have to like let it, you know, the heat, go out. So like sometimes like my shorts that I wear will be very very warm because it's been sitting there. You don't have a mini table for it. I have a glass table, but I probably need to get like a new. I need probably to get like a little prop for it so like it's still able to kind of like um, what I'm saying. So it can actually like kind of flow like airflow. Because I could have it right here. Like I said, this is the glass. I have like a glass coffee table, but then like because I don't feel like it's going to have enough airflow, so I kind of have it out. I'm just gonna have the skins on the screen while I'm talking about the teams. Okay, that can still work. That can still work. Um, but yeah, I gotta get me a new one. I gotta get me a new one. Well, not a new one, a used one, because is this computer right here is probably a year older than the students I'm teaching right now. So yeah, I was thinking of those wooden food trays. Oh, do I have any? No, I don't have any food trays. My dad has some though. I'm not gonna ask for a food tray, not for that. But yeah, I know what you're talking about. We used to eat on the food trays like when we had like a rental house when we were doing some stuff at the house at our house, and so we're like, all right, let's go to we had like in a rental house for a year, and we used those food trays all the time. They had oh, what would they have on them? They had some kind of art on them. I can't remember what it was. But yeah, and then we had these like little fruit coasters that obviously they put on the food trays. Um, Usually you while you're watching on the recliner. Yeah, that'd be nice to have like right here. I could probably do because like I said, that's the reason why I didn't put this over here, so I could be able to kind of like able to see the chat, move up, do. So, but yeah, I do need to get me some. I do need to get me another one. It's long overdue. I've had this computer for let's see, definitely since 2019 because I got it when I was doing dual enrollment. So no, probably so no, it would be summer of 2018 is how long I've had this computer. So it's been a while. Been a while. So unfortunately, it is time to call it quits and get a new laptop. Like I said, when I say new, I mean like I still a used laptop, but not one from 2015. Because this one's either from 2015 and 2016, so that's why it's overheating. It's been through a lot, um, and it's time. Yeah, it's like I said, I can't have that happen in a big game. I can't have this happen in a big game. So, and also it sucks when I'm like editing and then all of a sudden it just shuts off, and I'm like, okay, well it's saved. At least it's saved, and I gotta go back, wait for it to like boot back up again, and then we're done. Having a laptop was from 2008, and it finally stopped turning on. Yeah, like I said, mine turns on, but I have to have it like plugged in all the time. Because if not, it's not going to hold battery. It's not going to stay open for long. Um, and then, as of recently, it's just been just shutting off, which I don't understand why that's the problem. Um, and I'm assuming it's because like it just it doesn't it gets too hot, gets overheated. But let me see what is the price looking like for used computers? Used. I'll do Max because I'll just stick with the Max. It'll be easy. It's easier for me if it's a Max. I'll do like the airdrop kind of thing. Uh, Actually, used MacBook for sale. Can't believe I'm looking it up while I'm streaming. Oh, that's not too bad. I can get one from 2018, 2019. Yeah, I can make that. I can make that work. About 200 ish. Ooh, that's not too bad. I can make that work. I can make that work. All right. So we're still at halftime. And like I say, it's still like a blowout kind of game, so it's not that big. But uh, yeah, because I've already what was I even saying? I lost my train of thought. I don't know. I was talking about buying a new computer, but like I said, that's it's got to happen. Um, I'll probably still do because, like I said, I'm not streaming again until the season predictions. So that's going to be on Wednesday. So I've technically got a week, well, about a week, until I stream next. So hopefully I can get a new one by that time. But game about to start back. It'll be 26-0. Like I said, Missouri's completely dominating this game. Central Arkansas has looked good at times, but I mean it's kind of going the way we thought it was going to go. Because I am. Let's see. So I'm trying to think back to the September schedule. So I am streaming Thursday night game, which would be interesting now. Now Michael Parsons not there, so Cowboys versus Eagles. Streaming the YouTube game, and then Saturday I'm not streaming because I'm going to a wedding. Which is wow. That's not that. That's like less than 2 weeks away. Wow. Okay, I didn't even realize that. Crap. So going to a wedding on Saturday. So I'm not streaming on Saturday, but I will be streaming on Sunday, and then streaming on Monday, and then obviously like I said starts back. So 13th. So the week of the 13th, Thursday. I'll do Friday. I think that Friday game is a Houston game. I'm pretty sure that's the Houston game. And then I'm unfortunately not streaming on Saturday because initially had a trip planned early August, but with the fam. And then my sister got herself a new car because her old car messed up, and so she had some money to save to eventually get a new car. Had to go car shopping that day. So we couldn't do it. So we had to reschedule it. And unfortunately, that was for the 13th. So fortunately, I'm not going to be able to do that one. But I will still be streaming, like I said, on that Sunday and then Monday. So like I said, every single Thursday and Monday, that's not, like a holiday. Around that holiday week, then I'll be doing those ones for sure. I'm trying to do 3 games on Sunday. Unfortunately, because of my situation, dadgummit. Because of fortunately for my situation, I will not be able to do the international games now because the fact that I don't have the info network because of situations that I did not think of. I have ESPN, I have SEC Network. If you're wondering why I'm pushing this back, is because I gotta get my controller, my Xbox controller, because it's like you've not done anything for quite some time, so we're gonna shut this thing off. No, don't do that. So hold on a second. Let me put this right there. Put you right there. Right there on the little glass. Try to make sure don't want to mess anything up. Yeah. Okay. Fix this thing. All right, we're good. All right. There we go. All right. I'm actually hoping for the Gators this year. I would too. Oh, let me fix this again. Beep. Nope. Nope. There we go. I'm actually hoping for the Gators this year. If they can beat LSU and Texas, then I like the rest of their schedule, especially if Miami takes a step back without Cam Ward. I think they will because it is. Why not let that go out of bounds? What are you doing, Missouri? Oh my gosh, 30. Up to the 35. That's a flag probably blocking the back. Up to the 45 50. 45 down to the 40-yard line. However, there's a flag, so more like it's a block in the back. At first, I was like, why not just let that one go out of bounds? But it was a great return. I was crazy. Like there was, that's right, without Cam Ward. Like I said, I don't like Carson Beck. He's not a good quarterback. Oops, sorry about that. That is hilarious. So it is the first game. Is the first game for each team. But if you look on the screen, it already has Missouri 1-0, Central Arkansas 0-1. That's hilarious. I don't know why they added that. I don't know why they added that, but they accidentally added that. Um, hey everybody, yeah, I'm unfortunately I'll talk about it earlier, but unfortunately my laptop shut off. I had the conversation where I just need to get me a new one. I gotta get me a new one. I look at the prices. I'm gonna get it through Amazon for a little bit cheaper. And get it shipped, but what was I get? From the 15-yard line after that, I think it was a block in the back. Play action pass is going to take a deep shot and nothing there. So he's actually going to run and get some decent yards, get up at the 20-yard line. So, um, where am I at? If you can get NFL Plus, it only works on phones, computers, or tablets, but you can get all SPN, Info Network, and local Fox CBS games. Yeah, like I said, if I could get it on my Xbox, like that could work. 'Cause, like I use my Xbox One as like the every kind of like streaming thing that I have, playing games, that kind of stuff. Toss out to the left side, and that's going to be Ahmad, and he's going to break for free. To the 35, cut back in, 45, up to the 50, 45, 40. Stiff arms a dude and gets down to the 35-yard line. Like I said, he is. I legitimately like him. Ahmad Hardy, he is so good, so good. I know it's Central Arkansas, but still, great speed, great vision too. I mean, look at this vision, and then cuts back after 14, kind of over pursues. Like I said, waits for the blockers to come on, and legitimately, if he had gotten by that one last defender, he probably would have been gone. So first down to him at the 35-yard line. Hardy's going to be to his left, going to be handoff, and he's going to try to riddle the field, and he's going to get about 5 yards, pushes forward for an extra 4. That's going to be second down and 1. Wow. Like I said, he is good. He is good. But yeah, what was I saying? I don't have it, unfortunately. Going to be a handoff once again, and he trips and falls. He still get the first down though, so it's first down 10 from about the 25-yard line. How's y'all's fantasy team looking? I got 3 drafts this weekend, one on each day. Looking forward to football being truly back. My fantasy football is looking absolutely immaculate. I'll talk about it in a second once you go to commercial break. See, they don't play Alabama. That's fair. That's fair. Florida doesn't play Alabama. I think you beat LSU. I really do. I think you beat LSU. I think you beat Miami. Another handoff, and actually a keeper by Bo, who makes a nice little cut. Oh, he got slammed on the ground. But it's a nice gain of about 6 yards there. The one thing that I mean, there's a lot of things that I hate about turf. Like, I absolutely hate. I hate, like, the little astroturf, little black pellets flying up in the air. But I I think like it just it makes it look like a much sharper cut than it actually is. So I think that he's like cutting and he's like absolutely hurting himself. So that's why I'm like kind of concerned every single time he does it. But second down to 4 after the gain of 6. Nice quick little pass. Gets his first down up to the 10, up to the 5, and he's going to be about there. So he's first and goal from at the 4. Let's see. Sorry, the Packers got Mike Adobe, but for what's worth, the Bears are my favorite NFC North team. Very nice, Emmanuel. I'm cool. They will double team or chip him. Good luck, Cole Kmet and Darnell Wright. Like I said, waiting to hear back from my buddies to hear if they can do a draft, or I will be without fantasy football again for 2 years in a row. That sucks. I mean, you can probably see if you join like a random league. It'll be a nice toss up to the right side, and that's easy walk-in touchdown for Missouri. Adds on to the pile, and now Ahmad gets his first touchdown, and he is riding the Bucking Bronco. So 32-0. Extra points to make it 33-0. 11:23 left to go in the third quarter. I have only 2 leagues that I'm in. I have one with the friend, like I said, friends from college, and then another one that I get invited into by Luke. And we actually have like punishments. Like the other one, like for my friends, we won't have punishment. Or not that I remember. The other one we do have punishment, and it is that the winner chooses the song. The loser has to sing the vocals of that song, and then we have like somebody in our group who does editing, who's a really good editor. Like I said, a lot of them are in like sports media, that kind of stuff, and so he would like add like the background vote, like the background, like and like the beat to it. So that's like the punishment is you have to have it posted to Spotify, and you have to try to have to get people to actually listen to it. Um, but but like I says, I think mine are pretty good. I have to remember exactly what mine is. I know in one league where that has like it. I think I have by far the greatest team assembled. I have Josh Allen, Joe Burrow as my quarterbacks because I got greedy. Because most people kind of wait on their quarterbacks, but I'm like, nah, I'm gonna do it now. I got Joe Burrow because I was with the first overall pick. I got Joe Burrow, Josh Allen. I got my running backs are Chuba Hubbard and my first overall pick, which I forgot when the draft was. So I was the first overall pick. I was driving, and then all of a sudden I get a text like, "Hey, we're drafting right now," and I'm like, "Oh crap!" And I missed my pick, but it took Jamar Chase for me. So there. So that's the reason why I went for Joe Burrow. And then I can't remember who I got my tight end because it was like the like two quarterbacks, two running backs, three wide receivers, tight ends, that kind of thing. We try not to do defense. We just do like best amount of like players. And then the other one I have who do I have? I have as my running backs I have James Cook and Chuba Hubbard. For my quarterback, I have Patrick Mahomes. I have Nico Collins as my wide receiver one, Zay Flowers as my wide receiver two. I am trusting Ben Johnson with this pick, and I took Colston Loveland because I'm like, I trusted him when they took Sam Laporta, and I really like Sam Laporta, and that worked out amazingly for me as a rookie season. So I went with that for Colston Loveland, and then I also got what's the name? Shoot, Steelers kicker. He was so good last year, and I was like, please do that again. I thought I had it. Crap. But Steelers kicker, I got him too. So I have an amazing team, and I also have like R.J. Harvey as on my bench. I think I got T Mac on my bench as well, and also I got Khalil Shakir. Like I said, I like my team a lot. Um, you should try to join a random league with settings you like. Yeah, I did it for my first year playing fantasy and had a blast. Nice. No one should be without the highs and lows of fantasy football. That's true. I didn't get into fantasy football until about 3 years ago. I want to say about 3 years ago, because it was the same as the time I got into fantasy basketball, and I'm not a big fan of basketball. Return is up to about the 33-ish yard line. So Central Arkansas will start there about 33-yard line, down 33-0, and there is a flag. Um, you could get some value for Josh Allen after Joe Burrow's bye week. Exactly. I'm definitely going to draft a defense, quarterback, kicker too high, and no one is going to stop me. If it depends on the kicker, because there are some kickers that I would absolutely take a little bit earlier because like you feel like okay, like legitimately they can carry you. Like a good kicker can carry you 1 week. Like Boswell, that's what it is. Boswell, like carried Luke sometimes last year, and it ticked me off because one time it came against me and Chris Boswell had like a 30-pointer against me, and I'm like, that you got so lucky because we were both like we were both one of the highest scoring teams, and we had to go against each other, and I was like, this sucks. Because I literally had the second highest score, and he beat me that week because he would have the first highest league score. Anyways, 1st and 10 from the 15-yard line because of that penalty. 11:18 left to go in the third. And we're buffering. Come on, guys. Come on. No. Let me read this while we're waiting on that. That Jacksonville kicker might kick another 70-yarder in a real game. That's true. Cam Little can. If I remember correctly, Cam Little is from Arkansas, right? Because I feel pretty confident that he's from Arkansas. And if my memory is correct, Jake Bates was a backup to Cam Little. I think that's right. So it was a gain of 9 yards, so 2nd down to 1, and then now it is an incomplete pass, and there was a flag, however, I guess might be pass interference, defensive pass interference. Ooh, excuse me. Why are we buffering so much? Come on, guys. Come on. Come off it. Come on. I don't know why I keep on drinking it. Like it legitimately tastes like the Gatorade from Taco Bell. That's what it tastes like. Anyways, first down 10 from the 32-yard line for Central Arkansas. I'm going to send the wide receiver in motion over to the right, and we're buffering. We're buffering way too hard. Come on. Don't do this to me. I've already had enough problems as it is. While we're buffering, I'm in a league that allows trades. If I get a middle first, might try to trade it for a bunch of mid rounders since mid rounders won me my league last year. Wait, are you, Emmanuel? Are you in like a sleeper? Is it like a sleeper or is it ESPN? Because I have so sleeper I have for my what's it called, Dynasty, and then ESPN have for regular fantasy. Um, I don't try to do a lot of trades because usually what I find is that my trading is always at an unopportune time. So I usually hold off on trades. Unfortunately, we are buffering a lot, so we can talk. But I can't see how good Central Arkansas is doing because they had a pretty good drive, and now my spectrum is like, we don't want to work for you no more. And I'm like, that's not really fair. You know, I kind of want you to work for me. That's why I pay you. I pay you to work for me. Well, I technically pay AT&T to be. There we go. There we go. All right, so 9:25 left to go in the third quarter. Second down and 8 for Central Arkansas, and they are, I believe, they're past the first down. Yeah, they're at the 49-yard line of the Missouri Tigers. So there we go, Central Arkansas getting into opposition territory. Gonna send wide receiver in motion over to the right. Now moves him back over to the left. And it's going to be a quick throw and unfortunately incomplete. Try to get number 11, and it's going to be third down and 8. 8:57 left to go in the third. One ESPN, one sleep, and one. Oh, Yahoo! I didn't know the Yahoo has a fantasy. Don't love that they're spread out, but beggars can't be choosers. True. I found them from the Tom Grossi Discord server, so they did. I did know what I was getting into. I didn't know. Oh, okay. Sorry. I didn't know what I was getting into. Yeah, I didn't know, but I didn't know Yahoo had one. Like I said, I'm not very familiar that much with a lot of the other fantasies. I just, like I said, my friend did ESPN, so I used ESPN. All right, so third down and 8. Clock's winding down. Quarterback drops back to pass, immediately pressured, and he's going to get sacked. He's going to get sacked for about 6 or 7 yards. Dadgummit. Well, like I said, Central Arkansas they're still moving the ball, and they just find a way to kind of screw it up. But with 8:30 remaining in the third quarter, Central Arkansas are going to punt this ball away. That is unfortunate. Yeah, like I said, I still think that Missouri is going to be a 7-5 team. I like them a lot. I honestly think they're going to have. I've thought about doing a SEC prediction because I already have it written out, but I'm probably not going to do it. But I do think that Missouri is going. Oh wow, that's incredible! That is incredible. Back-to-back punts inside the 1-yard line. That is incredible. So it once again, with 8:03 remaining in the third quarter, Missouri is going to be backed up all the way to their 1-yard line. What was I saying? Oh shoot, what was I saying? I don't remember what I was saying. I did know Yahoo had that, but it's been a while since I've been on the Grossi servers. Although I did put a meme out today on their meme one. Oh, okay. Don't do Yahoo. Yahoo's UI sucks. Mobile app sucks. Thank you, Emmanuel, for telling me. I'm used and prefer ESPN, but Sleeper isn't terrible. I don't love it though. Yeah, Sleeper is good for Dynasty, or that's one I have. But I like I said, I do like ESPN's UI. Um, but that is wild that back to back punts for Central Arkansas has gotten them inside the one. Um, I'm just hoping for Central Arkansas to score at this point. It's like you know, like you're getting so close. You're so close. I mean, like, and then just something happens, either a penalty or it just unfortunate not having the talent. Let's see. You said you were gonna do SEC predictions, but you never got around the chance of doing the video for it. So you said you were gonna scrap it. That's what it was. That's what it was. I can announce it. I can announce it. I think that in the SEC championship game, I think it's going to be Alabama and Texas. Unfortunately, the way that I have the season going, I have Florida and Oklahoma in the college football playoff as at large bids. Texas and Alabama making it. I don't believe in Georgia. I think that Auburn's finally going to beat Georgia since for first time since 2017, which is I still hate the fact that it's been since 2017 since we've beaten Georgia. I think Georgia still goes 9-3 though, and I think Auburn goes either 8-4 or 9-3. The way that I like, I my at the peak for Auburn, I think there's a chance that we lose two games early on, but then we go on a run after beating Georgia. Because after the Georgia game, it's not as hard of like a path. You go on a little bit run. If we're not in two going against Bama in the Iron Bowl, I think Alabama has a chance of being also 9-2. And with the fact that Missouri, I have Missouri beating Oklahoma in week, what is that, week 11? Yeah, week 11. That kicks Oklahoma out of being in the SEC championship game. I have the winner of the Iron Bowl going to the SEC championship game. Obviously, it's idealized, but like I think there's a legitimate shot because Auburn has a great team. It's just going to come down to Jackson Arnold and how good is he going to be, which sucks. Ooh, which sucks for sure because I want us to be good. But I think it's going to be closer to like a 2019 season, which is still an amazing season, by far the best season we've had in quite some time. But I think Missouri's going to have some good games. Like I said, beating Oklahoma is going to be a good big deal for Missouri. But I just can't fully trust their defense, and I can't fully trust their quarterback situation. But so far, the running game's been doing pretty good. And as soon as I say that, number 20 gets a little bit hurt, a little banged up. He's going to kind of limp off the field. But still 33-0, 7:15 left to go in the third quarter, and Missouri is running the ball down their throat. So second down and 1. Oh, what's up, Josh? So 33-0. It is 7, like I said, Missouri's absolutely dominating the game. 7 minutes left to go in the third quarter. From the 21.5-yard line, a little substitution. Bo takes a snap and is going to drop back to pass. He's got some time. Going to try to take a deep shot, and it's going to be overthrown. Overthrown to Johnson. Like I said, Johnson, he's got some speed, but does not have that kind of speed. Go Dogs, Emmanuel, yeah. I don't follow them, but I'm going to choose to be completely delusional. I mean, you're in Georgia, so it makes sense. It makes sense. I have a lot of students who are Georgia fans too, so I would like to be an Auburn fan that gets to have that over. That's kind of weird to say, kind of have students, but I know when the game happens, they know I'm an Auburn fan. So if we lose, I don't want to be clowned on by my students. I love a high snap and a handoff, and a handoff to Hardy is running down and gets up to the 45 and down to about the 50. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was just thinking of the fact that like if Georgia beats Auburn and I have to listen to my students be like, "Oh, Mr. Green, Auburn sucks," I'm be a little bit peeved. Sorry, sorry about that. All right, so first, oh goodness. Okay, all right, I'm good. I'm good. The first down 10 for the 43-yard line with 6:27 left to go in the third quarter. Jackson Arnold is trash. Thank you, the director. I know you're an Oklahoma fan. I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that it's just the fact that his offensive line was hurt, his wide receivers are also hurt, and like I said, we have a great offensive line, and we have a ridiculously good wide receiver core. I just want us to be good. I really do, and our defense is good too. Like our defense should be really really good, but I'm very concerned that Jackson Arnold is not going to be good. All right. Yeah, but a good season and an era pointing up. Exactly, if it happens for Auburn. Like I said, I think at the end of the day, I just want to have a good season. I want to have meaningful football in November, and I haven't had that in quite some time. I haven't had that since 2019, like legitimately since 2019. All right, so first down 10 for the 44-yard line. Bo gonna be a fake the handoff, PA boot, and looks down the field. Ooh, nice catch there by number zero. The zero has had some pretty nice catches. I'll give him that. And it's going to be enough for a first down, about 11 yards there. So first down 10 for Missouri. 5:53 left to go in the third quarter. Like I said, Missouri still all control for this one. I just want Central Arkansas to get some kind of score. What's up, Josh? You tough throw. You're a teacher? Yes, I'm a teacher. I teach 7th grade social studies. So civics, baby, right now. And then I got geography next semester. Going to send wide receiver in motion. That's Johnson, number 2. So going to be play action pass. I'm trying to take a deep shot. And it's going to be for Johnson. And he has to slow down but catches it. But I think it's going to be at the 1-yard line. Oh, that sucks. Bo, all you had to do was throw a better pass. He was wide open though. Like I said, he's got speed. Number 2's got speed. So they bring him to motion, and like I said, just basically just like I think it's more like a post. Let me see. Yeah, it's kind of like a post, but he has to slow down for it. He doesn't slow down for it. It's an easy touchdown. And then Bo just kind of like roll out, and he's going to score another touchdown, another rushing touchdown. So edge points probably make it 40-0. So like I said, Missouri has it intact. It's 4:54 left to go in the third quarter. But come on, Bo. Like I said, that's what I'm concerned about with Missouri. I think you got to steal skill positions. I think your offensive line is, I don't want to say suspect, but like obviously losing 2 quality starters with Bryant and then obviously Mimbu, it's a little bit concerning. So I think 75 is reasonable for Missouri, especially after having back-to-back 10-win seasons. Like I think it'll be fine. Kick is up and kick is good, so it is 40-0. Probably gonna go to commercial break. Ooh, where we at? Oh yeah, Jackson Arnold's trash. Yes, hopefully. Yes, I'm a teacher. Well, for what it's worth, UGA probably not winning the Natty. So when they lose, you should just casually mention it, make them remember their remarks. That's fair. That's fair. Like, I don't know yet how big of Georgia fans they are, because like I don't know yet if they're Georgia fans like how a lot of people that I grew up with were Alabama fans, and they were just Alabama fans because Alabama was good, or if they're legitimately just Georgia fans. So I'll find out as the season progresses. But when I told them that I was an Auburn fan, you could just see the look of disgust in their faces, and I was like, "That's not good." So, because like they were just like, "You're an Auburn fan," and I was like, I don't like the way they said that. But like I said, it's 7th graders. It's 7th graders. But it's one of the weeks was not a great week. But so far it's gotten better. That's the reason why one of the weeks I didn't post anything, because it was kind of a bad week, and I was like I need to focus up on fixing some of these problems. So like I said, I'm a first year teacher, so like that stuff's gonna happen. But like overall, like I said, it's been a great experience. I'm loving it now. They got their first test tomorrow, so it'll be interesting to see how that goes. And yeah, so like I said, started this YouTube channel 2 years ago. Yeah, 2 years ago, as a student at Auburn, as a creative outlet for going through some things and wanting to have kind of a creative outlet. And Not having any kind of other social media has been interesting to try to grow this channel. And so I'm hoping that doing more streams, trying to be more, trying to do some more videos as well that I think people are really going to like. I'm hoping to kind of grow this channel. Obviously, I have lofty goals. I don't know if I'm going to make it, but I want to get to 500 subscribers by draft. I think that's reasonable enough, even though it's more than double than what I have right now. I think that with streaming as much as I'm going to be streaming and doing the videos I'm be doing, I think I can reach it. But that's my goal. Like I said, I have lofty goals, and I want to hit those goals. So I'm gonna try to do so. Um. Oh no. Oh, good luck. Oh no. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Good luck. I want my kids to do well on their tests, especially start off pretty good. Sticking through with Auburn through the thick and thin is way more respectable than dunking on others. You're a better fan than most. I I will say this. I don't want to say a better fan than most, but and Josh knows this. Like I said, Josh, who's in the chat, he's my friend, and we can both tell you that there are some absolutely toxic Auburn fans, absolutely toxic. And I try not to be toxic because growing up in Alabama, when you have toxic Alabama fans all around you, I never want to be that to anybody else because I know how much that absolutely stinks to have to be around. I mean, like I said, I've experienced the worst of an Alabama fan where a grown man pours beer on an 11-year-old. So, like I said, that happened to me. So, like I said, I'm not gonna pour beer on anybody, but like I said, that's just that kind of toxic of that kind of um, what's the word I'm looking for? Just absolutely hatred that you can't even see past humanity in a way. Like who pours alcohol on a kid, no matter what your allegiance are, who kind of does that. And so yeah, like I said, I stick to it thick and thin. Same thing for the Carolina Panthers. I'm very loyal, but I'm also not toxic. I guess that's the simplest version. So first down 10 from the 16-yard line, going to hand off to Central Arkansas, who gets about 2 yards there. Second down 8, 4:40 remaining in the third. Yeah, there's a lot of toxicity out there. So try to be a little shining light for everybody. Everybody able to kind of talk about their teams and you know everyone being not necessarily accept everyone able to kind of come in, kind of talk about their team and not be oh, they're going to talk bad about my team. Nah, if we do, we say it in jest. Say it in jest. All right, so 4:10 left to go in the third quarter. Second down and 8. Drops back to pass and is getting immediately pressured. Rolls out to his right though, and is going to try to run for the first down. Gets the first down up to the 30 and just barrels through up to the 36-yard line as the quarterback. That's going to be a first down for Central Arkansas. Please score, please score. Down 40-0. Like I said, I've kind of grown to kind of like Central Arkansas. I talked about it earlier. Like I said, found out about David Walker and started watching a little bit of Central Arkansas after I think was it the Shrine Bowl? I think it was the Shrine Bowl that David Walker kind of showed out, and I was like, this is nice. It's a small college. Going to send wide receiver in motion over to the right. First down 10 from the 36-yard line. And it's going to be a handoff who's going to try the middle of the field and gets maybe a yard and a half. So about second down and 8-ish. I think the other thing too is it definitely helps that I am a fan of two teams that have not been good for quite some time. I don't I probably I wouldn't be toxic regardless, but both Auburn and Carolina Panthers have been down in the dumps for quite some time, so that definitely helps. It's kind of hard to be not hard to be toxic if you're bad. And it's gonna be a sack, unfortunately. Great job by number, is that 0 or 9? I can't tell. No, it's 8. Great job there on the right side. Nice little rip move to get to the quarterback. So it's gonna be third down and forever, unfortunately. 2:30 remaining in the third quarter, still 40-0. Yeah, nice little rip move. Like I said, get outside. 66 not running his feet, but like I said, Central Arkansas, it makes sense. That kind of sucks. All right, so come on, Central Arkansas, third and forever, third and 17. Oh, actually, going to be a quarterback draw, and he gets 3 yards. Looky there. So here's 3 yards, a little bit pushing and shoving going on. Like I say, a little bit frustrated. But it's going to be fourth and about 14, 1:52 remaining in the third quarter. I have to boot this ball away. Let's see, Missouri. Can we make it? Okay, let's see. Right now, Missouri's at 40-0. You got to hold another quarter. It's about like 1:40 remaining in the third. Do we think that Missouri can get to 60? I think 54. I think 54. I think they'll pump the brakes a little bit. I think 54. That's my predictions. 54. I hope Central Arkansas can score though. This camera, what are we doing? The camera angle has not been good at tracking the ball when it's been putted. Speaking of our teams, all right, Segel, that's right. McGarry's out. I forgot. I know we talked about that on July 31st, but McGarry is out for the year. Same muscle as Slater. That sucks. So I'm worried about the offense and running game, especially even though this affects Penix way more. Like I said, it's his back. Oh, they actually are put in the backups. So it does affect like legitimately your offensive line because I know Matthew Bergeron's a good. He's been a solid guard. I think if we talked about it later on. I'll talk about it after this little thing we're doing right now. But yeah, they took up Bo and a fumble by the running back who picks it up and is going to lose about 3-ish yards. So it'll be second down and 13. What was I looking at? Oh yeah, that's right. Falcons depth chart. So we talked about it before, but I couldn't remember if you said that your starter was the Yukon right tackle. If he was your backup. Says Michael Jarrell. I have no idea who that is. I know Jack Nelson because that's the guy I thought you were talking about. But Michael Jarrell, who is that? Running back off to the left side. It got a great hole up to the 40 and up to about the 41-yard line. So nice gain there. It'd be third down and about 3. Okay, so he was picked by the Seattle Seahawks in the 6th round of last year's draft. Yeah, that's kind of scary. I wouldn't want that to be my starter because I don't really know that much about him. That kind of sucks. All right, third down and 3. 18 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Might be the last play. Might be able to run one more thing. Yeah, they're trying to get him to jump off sides. That makes sense. 8 seconds remain, and yeah, Missouri's just gonna let the clock run out. And Xavier Watts and Billy Bowman were named starters at safety and nickel. Like I said, that's smart. So a little good news is I really like them both. Yes, Billy Bowman, like really sure tackler for Oklahoma. So I like him and then like I mean you were there when we were talking about the draft. I love Xavier Watts. It sucks that you got him, especially because you have Xavier Watts now with Jesse Bates. I just hate that so much because that's a really really good young safety paired up with a safety that's in his prime. And then Billy Bowman, like I said, is going to be a good nickel for you. And if you can find another really good corner on the opposite side of AJ Terrell, then like your secondary looks really good. So we traded from the Seahawks conditional 7th, and he was okay in his Hawks days. Ironically, made his debut against us. Oh, well, there you go. Make your debut against you, and he's like, you know what? We'll take him. We'll get him next year. That's kind of wild. Yeah, we speaking of tackles, the Panthers. We don't know yet about Ike Ekwonu, because he had to have his appendix removed. So that recovery can be anywhere between like I think they said like a week or 2 weeks. So he might be out for week 1, but we have Brady Christensen, so we'll be fine. Um, but yeah, when I found out about the him having to get his appendix removed, I was like thinking in my head, I was like, I'm close to his age. I was like, I don't know what I would do if like my appendix burst, which is a weird thought to have. You don't really think about that kind of stuff. You don't really think about like, oh, I'm going to need to have medical surgery. because I legitimately have not been. See, I've been to the hospital for myself for three things when I was born. When I thought I broke my arm, which instead just like basically I just made it numb in football. And then the other time was when I was at work and I cut my one of my fingertips off with the slicer because I wasn't being careful, and I bled a lot. So that's the only times that I've actually been to the hospital. So I never really broken anything. Um, like so I don't know. I like when I thought about that I was like I just have not really been to the hospital that much. I don't get sick that much. I think the last time that I got sick, like legitimately sick, where I had to go to like a doctor, was over 2.5 years ago. Like I don't get sick. I don't get hurt. I'm lucky like that. Guess it's in the genes, you know. Let's see. So O line looks meh at best now. Could just be my expectations are normal instead of sky high, which is good. Like I said, set realistic expectations. I'm not confident we can beat out the Bucks, and the thought of our first being good scares the crap out of me. I think you'll be fine if your first is in that 15, 16 range. Like if you're like trying to approach the playoffs, I think you're fine if James Pierce Jr. actually works out. Another run by Minnesota, not Minnesota, goodness gracious, by Missouri, and it goes absolutely nowhere. It's going to be once again third down, yeah, third down and 10. But yeah, like I said, have realistic expectations. Just like for Missouri, like I said, have realistic expectations. I don't know, it's 4th and 4, something like that. Have realistic expectations. Like, yes, you're winning 40-0, but it is against Central Arkansas. Earlier in the game, it wasn't looking as good, but you kind of like put it on it for like the last little bit, and now you got your backups in the fourth quarter. So like that's still good for you. So like I said, have realistic expectations. It does suck for Sam Horn though, the quarterback. Like I said, his one play getting in the first quarter, he got absolutely submarined, and like I think it's because like the defender like hit him right on the knee. Like I said, that's what really ended up happening, and now he's like in like a walking boot, which that like I said that's just unfortunate. Ooh, I was like, I do kind of wonder how the trade will be remembered if the Rams get a good player from a pick. That's true. If it's high, but a JPJ turns out into a franchise guy, then like I said, I think you're good. Like I said, it could also be in his quarterback draft class if the Rams are going to try to find their Matthew Stafford replacement. And great job at number 20 there by studying up the running back there. So actually a loss of a yard. So be second down and 11 for Central Arkansas. Number 20, like I said, like all the backups are in for Missouri. Number 20 came in, lay the wood there. 14 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. This game's pretty much over. But like I said, let's see if Central Arkansas can get something going. I'm hoping. But yeah, I think that if the Rams are smart in this next upcoming draft class, they will probably make a move. So your first round pick and then their first round pick will be packaged to get one of the top quarterbacks. All right, so nice little run there by number 0, gain of about 6-ish yards, and that's going to be about third down and 5. All right, it's third down and 5, 13-11 left to go in the fourth quarter. Quarterback's going to send running back into motion out to the left, or sorry, to the right. Throws, and it's going to be behind the wide receiver. Unfortunately, it's going to be incomplete. Fourth and 5, 13:03. You know how much I love Jalen Walker, but I definitely see a world where he doesn't work out at edge and turns into Caden Ellis, but better. Worst case for me, but overall not too bad. Like I said, I grew to love Jalen Walker. Initially, I didn't really like him, but I grew to love him because I felt like the Panthers were going to take him. So I was like, I gotta kind of like him. Um, but I just think he's better suited for a like blitzing linebacker role. That's what he's better suited for. So if you do that eventually for him, that's fine. But like he is not a I'm going to be an edge rusher all time every time. Like he can do the packages. That's what he did at Georgia. But I think he has a lot more growing to do if he's going to be edge rusher full time. So I would have expectations of okay, let's see if James Pierce Jr. can improve his run defense, and let's see if Jalen Walker can be consistent in pure pass rushing sense instead of being a blitzing linebacker sense. Because like if he came to the Carolina Panthers, he would have easily fit the Frankie Louver role that we are missing. So, but yeah. Alex, I'm excited for both of our teams. I think the South is going to be an interesting battle for sure. Not AFC South because that's pretty much the Texans division, but NFC South should be interesting. Not the Saints, but everybody else. I don't really mind blowouts like this, like the 40 to nothings, that kind of game. Um, but I just want to see Central Arkansas at least score. I don't want them to be oh crap, we got goose egged on our first game because that kind of sucks. That kind of like a sucky experience. I keep on drinking it. Like I said before, this Mountain Dew trolley, it tastes like the Gatorade from Taco Bell. If you ever had the Gatorade from Taco Bell, I can't remember exactly what it's called. It's not like normal Gatorade. It's like something else, but it tastes like it. It's not like I said, it's not bad. It's just weird tasting. It's 0 sugar, 15 calories. Does have red 40 though. Um, it's fine. Would I get it again? Probably not, but it's fine. Through the fire, through the I'm sorry. I was today in class. They were doing their study guide, and so I was playing some music, and they're like, "Mr. Green, do you know this song?" And I was like, "Yeah, I know this song." Um, but yeah, they were asking me if I knew the song in the playlist that I was playing, and I'm playing the playlist. I was like, I know the song if I played it from a playlist that I made. Anyway, sorry. So screen pass here, number one. He's got plenty of room, makes a nice cut, and going to gain about 9 yards. It's second down and one from the 45-yard line. So second down one for the 45-yard line. Like I said, let's see Missouri can get to 50 potentially. 12:40 remaining in the fourth quarter. Going to be a handoff, and run back, nice cut there, nice little run through, and gets about five. Well, no, actually no, 6 yards there. First down 10 for the 40-yard line. I remember hearing. Oh, sorry. I remember hearing that if a college has a direction in its name, then it's not a good team. But the only exception I can think of is USC, but I feel like there's more. Well, South Carolina has had some good runs, like 20, 2000 and 2010, 2012 was a really great run for South Carolina. Um, Hand the ball off to the running back who tries up the middle and gets about 3 yards before breaking away and gets back to the line of scrimmage. So just should have stayed where he was. Um, let's see who else would probably be. So direction in their name. I mean North Dakota State. If you're talking about FCS, I mean they're winning a lot of national championships in D2 or D3. FCS anyway. Um, Second down and 10. Let me think about that. Second down and 10 for the 40-yard line. Going to be a shotgun formation. Running back 2 is right. This is the freshman. I think is it Zellers or Zetters? Zellers. Get him some reps. Drops back a pass and is going to throw a little check down up to the 35-yard line, up to the 30, up to the 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, and in for the touchdown as a tight end, number 89. And that is going to be 47 with the extra point for Missouri Tigers. 46 to 0, 11:05 to go in the fourth. Let's see who else. Who else is another direction one? See. I don't know, like definitely not North Carolina, definitely not North Carolina State. Like I said, it says South Carolina. Um, yeah, I guess so. I mean, I can't really think of anybody else. Southern California, but South Carolina works too. More like Eastern Kentucky type. Okay, yeah, Eastern Kentucky. Not say same as directions. Okay, yeah, Eastern Kentucky, Western Kentucky, uh, West Alabama, um, West Georgia. I don't know if there is there a West and East Mississippi. I don't even know. I don't know if there's the West and East Mississippi. West Virginia. You know West Virginia. Well, West Virginia's a state, but West Virginia. That's right. You're talking about the actual direction of a state. That's right. Uh, mm, East Carolina, kind of similar, where it's not really it's not really anything. Uh, yeah, yeah. I guess I can't think of anything outside of even though North Dakota State's not really because it's just North Dakota and state. Yeah, I think Southern California is probably the only one that I can think of. I think that's fair. Eastern Washington, where Cooper Cup came from. Um, I'm still trying to think of some. Uh, yeah, like I said, I keep on thinking of like state colleges and like the actual name of the state, and then that's all I can think of. I wonder if that's for a reason. I wonder if that's for a reason. I mean, like obviously, like you have state colleges that are more so engineer, farming, that kind of stuff. Um, and then you have like Alabama, your Ole Misses, that kind of stuff, or like your law schools, that kind of business schools. Um, so I wonder if that has something to do with it. Is like that most of the money goes to those kind of schools instead of like Southern California, like that kind of stuff. Maybe I don't know. It's an interesting thought you had there, Emmanuel. Because I never even thought about it before. But we're about to be back, and they have been talking nonstop about the Micah Parsons situation. I don't want to say Micah Parsons situation, not really a situation. It's just Micah Parsons, uh, Micah Parsons trade, which we talked about. We kind of talked about to death. It's interesting. It's interesting the money that they paid out to him as well. And we talked about that, the money paid out. But $47 million a year is kind of interesting too. Like I said, he has like a massive leap over everybody else. That's the highest non quarterback that's been paid. Central Arts are going to return up to the 15, up to the 20, and spun around at about the 23-yard line. So 11 minutes left to go in the fourth. Central Arkansas has not scored. I don't know if you know that, but they haven't scored, and it's 47 to 0. So Central Arkansas needs to get something going. Oh, it's a flag. Of course it is. Block in the back. Goodness gracious, come on, guys. You're not going to be scoring with that kind of stuff. Like I said, I just don't want it to be. I don't want to be a shutout because that's embarrassing for week one. Dylan Raiola is really bad. Yeah, I. Oh, that was something else too. Who was it that was trying to say that Nebraska was going to college football playoff? I think it was Josh Pate. Some things I don't mind about Josh Pate, but there is always one year where he hitches to a bandwagon that he just shouldn't do. As always, Nebraska. Like, no, I don't think. Oh goodness gracious! Oh my gosh, Central Arkansas, Central Arkansas, what you doing, bud? So they weren't ready, and the center snapped it. He snapped it too low to begin with, but he snapped it too early. Hit the quarterback in his leg. Thankfully, the running back was actually looking at it and like got on top of the ball. But now it's down to the 10-yard line. So now it's second down and 15. It's a wasted play. Come on, guys. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. All right. So trips to the right, running backs to his right in a shotgun formation. Second down 15, and it's going to be a run, and they are going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Third and 15. Okay, third and 15, 10-15 left to go in the fourth quarter. Dear Lord, he's making more than Kirk Cousins. Speaking of which, you want him? A nice, nice, Emmanuel. That got me good. Aiden Hutchinson is going to get top 10 quarterback money. Gee, sweet Jesus. Oh, absolutely. And you know what? I legitimately think that the Lions are not going to hesitate. I would be very surprised if they hesitate. I think that they're going to play it smart, but they're going to give him his money because he deserves it. So shotgun formation, trips to the right, run backs to his left, and they're going to be a little screen action. Nice catch by number 4, and they're going to lose a yard. Oh, fumble, fumble. But did they call the play dead? No, it's a fumble. It's a fumble. It's a fumble. 9:32 left to go in the fourth quarter, and the Missouri Tigers will start off the ball at the 14-yard line. Yeah, no, he is. Yeah, he's gonna make a lot of money. Wait, is Nebraska playing right now? I forgot. I was just playing on the SEC. Yeah, I saw a lot of people talk about Nebraska football. 6-3. Come on, goodness gracious. What we looking like? What we looking like? Dylan Raiola, 10-15, 92 yards. Like I said, it's not the best. Yep. If I remember correctly, wasn't he's like the number one player, right? Like 2 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, I think. Obviously, he like modeled himself after Patrick Mahomes, which is a weird thing to do. Like, I get you're doing it for clout, but it's still a weird thing to do. Be your own person. Don't try to be Patrick Mahomes because you're not going to be Patrick Mahomes. So, second down and 9:07 remaining in the fourth quarter, and Missouri is 47-0. Let's see if they can get that 54 like I thought they could. From the 13, running back right behind the quarterback. And it's going to be a handoff to the left side, and he's going to lose. Oh, well, he actually come back to the line of scrimmage. Almost lost about 3 yards there, but fought his way back to the line of scrimmage. Someone needs to check up on Dallas. 2 blockbuster trades across leagues that makes no sense. Might just break them. Honestly, yeah. Like, let's see. If the Dallas Stars make a crazy trade, I don't know. I don't know how Dallas would do. Because I do feel like Dallas like loves their Dallas Stars, like their hockey team. Um, Obviously, like the tech like the Texas Rangers are Arlington, so like that's technically like them too. Little screen pass to number 1, who's going to cut out. Who's going to cut up to the 5, down to about the. Yeah, like I said, it's really gonna suck if you're in Dallas right now. Like, it's got to feel like okay. Within 2 years, you have, one of the best seasons you've had, be absolutely crushed by the Green Bay Packers for the Dallas Cowboys, and then Dak gets injured the next season, and your season's done at that point. And running it in 4 touchdowns is going to be Missouri, and it's going to be 53-0, 7:32 remaining in the fourth. Let's see if they make it that 54. Yeah, so you get devastated by Green Bay in the playoffs. Your first seventh seed to ever beat a number two seed. And then you have Dak get hurt and miss out on the playoffs. And then for the Dallas, really 3 years, but for I'll say 2 years. You go to the NBA Finals, you lose the NBA Finals. Like I said, heartbreaking of all the great season that you had. You lose the NBA Finals, and then you trade Luka Doncic, and then you proceed by you still make it to the playoffs, but it still kind of sucks because you're not really going to be able to do anything. Kick is up, his kick is good. It's going to be 54-0, 7:32 remaining in the fourth quarter. Probably going to go to commercial break. Over 2 years, over a 2 year span, you've hit both really highs. Getting a two seed is incredible. Going all the way to the NBA Finals is incredible, and then it's just been downhill since that time. I'm glad I'm not a fan of either of those teams. That's all I'm going to say. I'm a fan. I'm not a fan of either one of those teams. Because that's brutal. Absolutely brutal. All right. So it is probably not going to get done with this until let's see. We have 7 minutes left. I would say we probably have about 15, 20 minutes left. Actual game time. I've actually never had Raisin Canes. I'm sorry, I'm looking at commercial Raisin Canes. It's with Kirk Herbstreit. I've never had Raisin Canes. From what I hear, Raisin Canes, it's not well seasoned chicken. And if that's the case, I don't want it. I just don't understand. I don't understand people who don't season chicken. I don't understand people who don't season at all. That makes no sense to me. No seasoning whatsoever. Don't over season, obviously. Don't over season. You can always add. And I got the mix to make some hot jambalaya. And then instead of just keeping what it was, I was like, no, I'm gonna add some tomatoes all the spices I'm gonna add to it that will kind of soak it in. But I got the hot rotel. So not only did I get the hot jambalaya, we got the hot rotel tomatoes to kind of add in there because I like to add some tomatoes and stuff like that to kind of soak up some of the spices. Then I added some mamas. I added some Louisiana hot sauce, and then I also added the Cholula chipotle sauce that I had because it's really, oh my gosh, it's so good. And then I added that all together, had it boiling. And then I took a bite and I was like, whoo, whoo, whoop. I put a little too much. I put a little too much. It was good. It was really good. But I was like, yeah, I kind of overdid it. And so I'm a little concerned because when it's sitting there in the refrigerator, it kind of amplifies it a little bit more. So when I heat up in the morning before school, I'm like, hopefully it's not gonna be too bad. Let's see here. I indicate the Micah trade will be as bad as the Luka trade. First are way more valuable in the NFL, but I will remember where I was during both of them. I agree. I think most people remember them. One, because it also helps that it was right before Labor Day weekend, so it's kind of memorable that way. The return gets up to about the 29-yard line, 28-29-yard line, so it'll be first down 10 for Central Arkansas. Crazy that I was living a normal day before either news broke. The Luke trade had me up until 3 a.m. since it broke randomly at 12. Yeah, it happened at it happened close to midnight. They're showing Aaron Murray highlights against Missouri. I don't care for you, Aaron Murray. I don't care for you. All right, so first down 10 for the 29-yard line for Central Arkansas, who is hoping to get on the board. 7:26 remaining in the fourth. Gonna send. What's happening? Okay. They're making a little move, but Quarterback keeper who's going to get a nice chunk of change there, going to get about 8 yards there, and it's going to be second down and 2. 7:17 remaining in the fourth. They were trying to change formation, but it seemed like they were like putting a long throw there, and it's going to be about a 1-yard gainer. It's going to be third down and about like a short one. Third down, about a short one. Show us the actual game. I don't care what Aaron Murray is saying. As you can tell, I have a hatred for Aaron Murray. All right, so I actually give him first down. Okay, it's first down and 10 from the 39-yard line. Going to send number 1 into motion. He's the faster slot wide receiver, and it's going to be a nice little handoff to the running back, who is going to get about 4 yards there. So second down and 6 for the Central Arkansas. I guess they're just Bears. Are they just Bears? It looks like a bear. I'll say it's bear. Approaching 6 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter, still 54-0. But let's see if Central Arkansas can just put something, like anything on the board. Empty set here for the quarterback. Going to send the running back into motion. Going to drop back to pass, and is going to take a little bit of a deep shot. Great catch by number, number 8 or 18? 3. I was completely off. All the way up to the 45-yard line, and that's going to be a first down for Central Arkansas. What are we doing? Why are we're showing the construction workers? Going to be a handoff to the running back, who's going to try the middle field, up to the 40, down to about the 30. That's a bad spot. That's a terrible spot. Up to the 38-yard line. He got down to like the 36. When he fell down, he got to 36, but they spotted the 38-yard line. So second down and 4. Central Arkansas is going to be another handoff up to the middle. He's going to get the first down up to about the 31-yard line. So first down 10 from the 31-yard line for Central Arkansas. 5 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. We could break this goose egg. Come on, Central Arkansas. Don't fail us now. Don't fail us now. It is first down 10 for the 31. Just, score some points. Score some points. All right. Quarterback drops back a pass. Quick little throw out to number 82. He's going to get up to about the 27-ish yard line, 28-27. So going to be a nice little throw. I'll say about 3-yard gain. Be second down 7, second down 6. One of the two. Second down 6. All right, second down 6 from the 27-yard line. Running back right behind the quarterback. Going to be a play action pass. And who are you throwing to, bud? A little bit of overthrow. Both wide receivers had no idea who was throwing it to. So third down and 6. 4:03 remaining in the fourth. And I guess this is a Missouri student on his back says, "We want Kansas." Good for you. All right, so third there it still says second down 6, but it's third down 6. Quarterback in the shotgun formation. Running back to his right. Drops back to pass. Is getting immediate pressure. Throws out to his running back. Great catch by his running back. And I think he's able to he does get just enough for the first down. It is going to be first down 10 from the 20-yard line. That's a great job by the running back, because that was not a great throw. Great catch by the running back, and able to dive for that first down marker. So we're under 4 minutes left to go. So the game's already over, but we're trying to see if we can get rid of this goose egg. I said get something on the board. So it'll be first down 10 from the 20-yard line. Quarterback, going to be a handoff to the running back, who's going to be absolutely blown up for a loss of about 3 yards. Like I said, Missouri even told them basically they were trying to blitz, and they did not adjust, which makes no sense to me. Like, how do you see the blitz coming? You know it's coming, and then you're just like, we're not gonna make any kind of adjustment. Run it like no check end the line, nothing like that. All right, second down and 12. I say it was a 2-yard loss. Drops back to pass, gives immediate pressure, tries to dump it out to the running back, who drops it. Third down and 12 from the 22-yard line. Come on, Central Arkansas. I mean, that's fine. You just kick a field goal, but get rid of this goose egg. It is 3:04 remaining in the fourth. All right, third down 12, 3:04 remaining in the fourth. Still, it's a 54-0 game. Aaron Murray doesn't even have us even on his top with a top 8. Okay, Aaron Murray. Draws back to pass, throws, and it's going to be picked off by number 22. He's going to try to make a pick 6. Go, go, go. 50, 45, 40. Quarterback hits him, but it's not going to do enough, and it's going to be a pick 6. It's going to be, oh gosh, it's going to be a 78-yard pick 6 by number 22. And Missouri just hit 60. Oh gosh. Ah, no. Dang it. I was hoping. So, 60 burger by Missouri. Oh, man. As soon as I saw that quarterback didn't wrap up, he was just like, I'm going to get a big hit. And he barely hit him. He barely hit him. I'll give it credit. Number 77, the tackle for Central Arkansas, he was trying to haul down there, but he just wasn't fast enough. Oh, man. All right, so extra point to make it a 60. Ooh, he barely snuck that one in. So 61-0. 2:48 remaining in the fourth. Let's go and check on our old friend Dylan Raiola. And it looks like nothing's really changed. Yep. I am glad I'm not streaming that one. Goodness gracious. 6-3 still? Still? That's... Ooh! Oh, that's disgusting. Cincinnati Bearcats quarterback Brendan Sorsby, 6 for 11 for 15 yards? Oh my gosh, that's sickening. That is sickening to look at. Goodness gracious. All right, so 2:48 remaining in the fourth. Did they fire off some fireworks? Because it looks like there's like smoke on the field. They also had to wait on somebody. I wonder what goes through the minds of the Central Arkansas players with that score. I went to a high school game that ended 21-0 with no second quarter scoring, and it felt like a blowout. I was like, kick return up to the 15, up to the 20, up to the 20. Oh, he gets absolutely blasted. That's got to be a penalty. Yes, it is. Late hit out of bounds. He got hit out by the 23-yard line, but he got hit and kind of spun around, and he's going to get tacked on another 15. I was a part of a team. I'm trying to think what we were. We were down 21-0, and we came back and won 28-24. So I've been a part of a team that happened, but if I remember correctly, it was 21-0 going into halftime, not going into the second quarter. And that was awful too, because that was against my former head coach. my former head coach was on the other sideline because he wanted to go back to his hometown, which made sense. Like I said, they were in a transition into combining schools, and he just felt compelled. He was like, he wanted to tell us before the news broke, but a greedy reporter wanted to get her story out there, so she reported upon it before he could tell us the next day. And he was like, I hate that you had to hear from me like this, but he's like, I'm going to the new school. They ended up winning the state championship that year, and we were one of their losses. But we came back down my senior year, and like I said, you could tell how proud he was. Even though they lost, he was so proud of us. We came back and beat him. Loved him to death. But I still remember that game because it was like crap. I think it was the first. I think it was the second game that we played, senior year, and I just remember that game because like fact like we were like this is awful. We're gonna lose to our former coach, and he's gonna be disappointed at how he played. He's gonna be disappointed. Like he's also gonna be happy that he won. So yeah. Outside of that, that's the biggest comeback that I've been a part of. Other than that, if it's been like a large deficit, we lost. Unfortunately, we were decent. We made the playoffs every single year, but unfortunately, we never went deep into the playoffs. What's up, Zoe? What's up? How's how are you feeling about the Broncos coming up next week? Going against the Titans now. Going against Cam Ward. I said that's coming up. I think you'll be fine. I honestly, I really think the Broncos are going to win the division. That's my prediction. The Broncos are going to win the division. Um, but I misspoke. No, it wasn't a TD, a pick six, and an 80-yard run, all in the first half. No second half scoring. Either way, I wonder if the Central Arkansas are going to go just about the normal. Since his loss wasn't hard to see. Yeah, like I said, I do think like in some people's minds they're like, okay, we're just coming here to get a paycheck. Like at the end of the day, like they have a lot more talent than us. But I mean, it depends on the person. Like I don't know. We never. I don't think I ever went to a game thinking like, yeah, they're a lot better than us. We have no chance to win. But if you're like Central Arkansas going against Missouri, who's SEC, who has way more five. I mean, the five stars is one thing, but like has a lot more talent than you. Then like, yeah, there's probably like a lot of them probably like, yeah, we know what's happening as long as you just put some good film out there. Which there have been some people who put some good film out there. I'll give it credit. Like there are some good people that have like kind of shown out for Central Arkansas, which is good. Um, Not the quarterback as much, but like some of the skill players. So yeah, no, it's been good. Yeah, I'm probably not good. Ooh, 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 no. That was a weird burp. A weird taste. Like I said, probably not gonna get that again. Charlie Mountain Dew, zero sugar. Is I, but nah, it's like a weird aftertaste. Missouri, Missouri, 61-0, and it's gonna be a chunk play, and it's gonna be number three. You had it. Oh, it was a nice throw. It's the backup quarterback sitting there. And it's a nice throw, number three. It's a nice back shoulder throw. And like hit him right in the breadbasket, but he just dropped it. Oh, it sucks. 3rd and 1. Wait, how do we get to 3rd and 1? I must have missed something. I feel like I missed a lot. Wait, no, it's the same as a quarterback. What am I talking about? It's the same as a quarterback. Um, so 3rd and 1, 154 remaining in the fourth. Going to send wide receiver in motion and going to be a handoff to the running back who is going to get the first down up to the 40, and that's going to be it. So first down and 10 for the 40-yard line with 145 left or 147 left to go in the fourth quarter. As Central Arkansas is going to call a timeout. Zoe says, I'm excited for the game, but I'm optimistic for the season. I hope we win the division. I think it's very possible. I agree. I think, like, obviously, the Rasheed Rice suspension should help you significantly. Hopefully, she's going a little bit of a debt. And, once again, so close. Central Arkansas. Another great throw, another great attempt, but unfortunately, great coverage on that time by Missouri. The second down 10. So they're taking chunk plays, like I said, and no, nice, almost. But yeah, I would be excited. I think there's a chance that it comes down to those final 2 weeks for the AFC West. I think AFC West is gonna be a tight race, an absolutely tight race. All right, 129 remaining in the fourth quarter, still 61-0. Quarterback's going to be a keeper. He's going to have a lot of room. He's going to get up to the first down and marker, and he's going to get up to about the 28-yard line. So first down, taking the 28-yard line. 122 for Central Arkansas. Please get rid of this goose egg. Get rid of the goose egg. Score. 1:15 remaining in the fourth quarter. They got all 3 timeouts. All right, it's actually the 29-yard line. So at the 29-yard line. Shotgun formation, running back to his left. Drop back to pass. Throws across middle. Is going to be tight end. He's going to catch it and get out of the 15-yard line. So first down 10 for the 15-yard line. 53 seconds remain. Like I said, they have all 3 timeouts. Central Arkansas, don't mess this up. Please. We beg of you. All right, going to be a handoff, running back, get up to the 10, up to the 5, and down to the 3-yard line. First down, and first and goal from the 3-yard line with 38 seconds remaining. Please, Central Arkansas, go, 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 go. Score, 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 score. Come on. All right, so first and goal, someone called timeout. Oh, that's right. Looks like Missouri called timeout. So first and goal with 35 seconds remaining in the fourth. Missouri trying to hold on to their shutout. I hope they don't. All right, so first and go from the 3. 35 seconds remaining. Central Arkansas have all 3 timeouts. Come on. Come on, Central Arkansas. Do what you're supposed to be doing. Do what you're supposed to be doing. I'll take a field goal at this point. Like I said, I just want to like there not to be a shutout, because that would be devastating. Whew. All right. First and goal from the 3. 35 seconds remain. 61-0. A very tight race. Very tight race. And it's going to be a handoff to the running back who is going to basically get by the line of scrimmage. That's it. So clock is running. 29-28, and the clock has stopped because of timeout by Central Arkansas. How often do shutouts happen in college football? It happens oftentimes when there's a much lesser team going against like a powerhouse. I don't want to say like Missouri has been good the last 2 years. They've had back-to-back 10-win seasons, which is like think about as in comparative as like a 12-win season for NFL teams. Like it's a really good. It's not like you're the absolute best, but it'd be like you're pushing for your division. You're pushing for, the ultimate goal. You just might not reach it. But Missouri has a lot more talent than Central Arkansas, so it's reasonable if a shutout happens. Oh my goodness. They're showing Mike Norvell, who's the Florida State's head coach. That's awful picture. He's got some cornrows. He should not have some cornrows. Bunch formation to the right. Quarterback throws a little screen pass, number 1, who's going to get in for the score. Let's freaking go. Yes! They scored. Okay, we don't have a shutout. Let's go. Let's go. But yeah, shutouts, it's not like, it's common, but it happens more than you think. Because like I said, it'll just be like a really bad team that goes against a really good team and not going to score. But at the same time, I don't remember the last time Auburn. I think the last time Auburn had a shutout was, I want to say 2018, 2017. So it's been a while. So they're going for 2. Like I said, got to cut this lead down a little bit, Got to make it manageable. And it's going to be handoff, and it loses 4 yards. Okay, so it is 61-6 with 22 seconds remaining. Let's see. When was the last time that Auburn had a shutout? Not that we were shut out, but Auburn football shutout. So, the last time we were shut out, I think it was against Georgia, which is unfortunate. Let's see. Ah, oh yeah, no, we did. Wait, in 2022, that makes no sense. That's not right. That's not correct. See, do not look at your AI overviews. They have no idea what they're talking about. So I'm about to do an onside kick. So let's see if that actually is going to work. Mm, no, it's going to squib it. And it's going to be fair caught by the 15-yard line. It'll be first down 10 for Missouri. I said I'm just going to kneel the ball away. Let's see. Come on. Show me last. Sure, last time Auburn was shut out. Just show me that. 2012, yep. Alabama, 49 to nothing. That was the 2012 Auburn football was the worst feeling in my life because Alabama won a national championship and we were by far the almost the worst team. 3-9. Yeah. See, last time Auburn shut out an opponent. Show me that. Thank you. I want to say 2017. 2019. Oh, that's right, Sanford. So 2019 was the last time we shut out somebody. Sanford by a score of 52-0. Um, yeah, that was the last time. So I was close. All right, back. There we go. So we can go. Nice to see they're still playing for it. Exactly, like I said, you still want to see them play for it. You never want to see a goose egg up there. So 61-6 is final score. Missouri versus Central Arkansas. Um, Obviously, like I say, what we can glean from this game. Bo is still, a little work in progress. Like I said, he has some running skills, but his accuracy on deep balls still leaves a little bit left to be desired. Skill position for Missouri, obviously, you like number two, number three. Both of them speedier options. Number zero, bigger body, great catch radius as well. And then both running backs for Missouri did a pretty good job. I said Roberts, like I said, he's the more senior guy, and then you got the young guy coming in from Louisiana Monroe, Hardy. So I like skill position. I'm just very concerned about their quarterback situation. Looky there. So this is the largest win in season opener since 1928. At 60, the last time the last largest was 60-0 in 1928. So they were close, almost 61-0. But I think, what's the biggest one that I can remember for Auburn? We put a 70 burger on somebody. Who did we put a 70 burger on? I know we had like 63 against Furman in 2010, because that was Cam Newton's year. See, Auburn versus Furman. I think it was 60. If I remember correctly, I think it was 63-21. If I'm correct, that's hilarious. I can remember something from that long ago. So I was there at the game. Let's see. No, not basketball. Come on, football. No, it was 63-31. That's also 2009, not 2010. That was close. That's right. Let's see. 70-point games for Auburn football. I feel like we had one pretty recently, but I can't think of it off the top of my head. But I feel like it was 73 to something. Let's see. 73-3 over Alabama A&M. That's right. That happened last year. So that happened in our opening game against Alabama A&M, 73-3, which is still a little overkill. But I do like that we play. I do like we play other Alabama teams better than some Alabama teams. in case you don't know, Alabama, the University of Alabama, does not play other Alabama teams outside of Auburn. And the reason being, well, I don't want to say the reason being, but the main reason is why is they don't want to give other money to other schools. That's what I kind of glean from it. I mean, they're Alabama, the University of Alabama is technically in charge. The reason why why UAB had to shut down their program for a second. So if you want to see how petty a football program can be, that's how they can be. Shut down the whole entire program just because they have some kind of success. Um, so that was a game, 61-6. Like I said, I'm gonna be gone this weekend for a beach trip. So woo woo. I'm hoping that Auburn wins against Baylor. I'm hoping that it'll be a good season for us. I'm just, it would be something for the year before I go to Auburn in 2019. We have an amazing year, and then the year after I leave Auburn, we have an amazing year. But in between that time is by far the worst stretch we've had, and since my dad went to school, so like the Barfield years. I can't I just can't have no 6-win season. I'll take 8 wins, but I don't want it. I want to be competing for like that 9 win like something. But I think it's gonna be a good year for Auburn. I hope it's gonna be a good year for Carolina Panthers too. Like I said, I'll be streaming both. I said actually the only Auburn game that I'll be streaming, not only Auburn game. The first Auburn game I'll be streaming is the September 20th because September 13th I'll be going on a family trip because we were going to do it in August, but then it got rescheduled. And then September 6th I'm going to a wedding, so I mentioned that before. But the next stream you will see is going to be the season predictions, which I've got to work on because of the Micah Parsons trade. That definitely throws a little bit of a wrench in there. And what sucks about it is because like I relatively kept the prediction the same since May. Like I've had the same as predictions since May, and I felt pretty confident in it. Now I'm like, I was like, I don't know about that much anymore. But yeah, it looks Auburn. Hope they make some noise. I hope they do. I hope they do. Um, but yeah, so yeah, the next stream will be the season predictions. That'll be on Wednesday, so be prepared for that. I'll go through week by week instead of doing team by team. I think it'll be a little bit easier to kind of keep up with as far as like the storylines that I think is going to happen. Um, and then like I said, I'll do Thursday night Eagles Cowboys, Friday night Chargers Chiefs. Like I said, Saturday I'm gonna be going to the wedding, and then Sunday it's gonna be full slate of games, and then Monday night. So good luck to the Panthers getting second in the NFC South, going 9-8, getting just edged out by the 11-6 Atlanta Falcons. Bucks go 8-9 in your fantasy land. That would be crazy. That would be crazy if the Bucks go 8-9 and we end up being 9-8. That would be wild. Yeah, 11-6 with McGarry going down. I don't know. If McGarry wasn't down, if you saw your right tackle, I think there would be a shot that the Falcons could go 11-6. But now I feel a lot more confident in my actual prediction for the Falcons. Like I said, I think it's gonna be a grudge match, not grudge match. I think it's gonna be uh I think it's gonna be a tight race going to week 17, week 18 for the NFC South between the three teams. Um, and like I said, you'll figure out who I think actually is gonna win it. I think for the AFC South, because like I said, talk about Zoe. I think the AFC West, I think is going to be kind of a similar thing. I think you'll get three teams in the playoffs just like you did this past year. I think the South Florida won 34-7 against number 25 Boise State. That's crazy. Sorry, back on track. I think the NFC North. I think I think I only had two. Yeah, I only had two making the playoffs. I think that's gonna stand true. Only have two making the playoffs. Let's see what's Baconator was in here for a little bit, so I guess I'd say AFC North as well. Um, I think there's two that makes it from there in the playoffs, and I think that the Ravens do get the number one seed. I think they're that good. But yeah, like I said, I'll talk about it more on Wednesday, so prepare for that. I am going to try to see when I can get a new laptop because this baby is on its last leg. So hopefully it can last me a little bit longer. But I might have to just bite the bullet and get me a new one now. Not a new one, but like a used one. Because like I said this earlier, but legitimately, I'll say this is a year older than the kids that I'm teaching. Like this laptop right here is a year older than the kids that I'm teaching. Um, and what was the other thing I was gonna say? Oh, I said about legitimately as well. I got not called up, but my students were like, "What are you saying? What do you mean like legitimately?" Because they had like they were like, "What is that word?" And I was like, "It's just no another word for really." But um, was there anything else we want to kind of talk about before I ended this stream? Like I said, I'm about to have to kind of like probably put the clothes I haven't washed in the dryer, and then kind of get ready to go to bed because tomorrow is test day. So just hope the best and unlikable NFC team like the just hope to beat an unlikable team NFL team like the Eagles or Vikings. Yeah, that'd be interesting. Vikings versus Ravens, like purple versus purple. Legitimate. I keep saying legitimately. I say legitimately and I say to be fair a lot. So my dad calls me out when I say to be fair. He's like, "Why do you keep on saying to be fair? Just say what you're gonna say." Like, okay. Um, but it would be interesting if it's Ravens versus Lions, which is something that I thought that could possibly happen this year. Um, but like I said, it was a great time with all of you. I always love having these good conversations. Hopefully, this doesn't happen again where my laptop just shuts off. So hopefully, we'll have that again. I'm going to try to get out this weekend the greatest Auburn victories in my lifetime, and then I'm going to on Friday before I head to my mother's house. I'm going to video for the worst Auburn losses in my lifetime, so I can be working on that during this weekend. So, let's see. Great stream. Good night, Ryan. Good night there, Emmanuel.